Well, I'm live. It says I am. Let me see if I got everything muted, every place I need to mute it. Gotta wait for it to start on the other side.
Rise up against an...
All right. I'm here, and I think 6 or 7 of you is here with me. Let's see. I see Carrie. Let me scroll down through here, and I pinned the link to the top of the chat. Hello, Carrie. Hello, Linda Denton. Hello, Ginger. Hey, Kathy Jackson. And Cheryl. Hello, Miss Cheryl. Hello, Donna Dixon. Donna Dixon knows what maters are, don't you, Donna? Donna Dixon, Donna Armstrong, June Hanson. Hello, all you gals. Hello, Bernice. Well, I need some people up here on the panel because I was going to fill some orders, so I need to work. So I thought I'd let you guys chat while I work. I've got 3 or 4 orders I need to cut the stuff to and wrap them up and mail them off. I was going to go to the bank today because I've been hanging on to some checks, but I just couldn't make myself go. Maybe another day. I've waited this many days. I can wait one more day before I go to the bank, can't I? Yes, you do. You know what maters are. And hey, y'all, we picked our first ripe tomatoes today. They were pretty small, and we only got a little handful, but we had some of them for lunch. Hello, Joanna. Who wants to come up and be the hostess up here? Joanna's saying hello to everybody. I don't have much to talk about. I told you my excitement. My excitement was picking ripe tomatoes finally. I wasn't the first with ripe tomatoes this year. And what would we pick this morning? We had the tomatoes, we had several squash and several cucumbers. Well, actually, I made us a sandwich for lunch, and we put the tomatoes on the sandwich we had. But I'm ready for bacon and tomato sandwich is what I'm ready for. That may be what we have tomorrow. No, I don't even know what I'm making for supper yet. Oh, I do know what I'm making for supper. I thawed out some hamburger meat, so I'm going to make us a hamburger and put some of those tomatoes on the hamburger. I think I've got everything except lettuce, so it'll be a hamburger without lettuce, but it'll still be good. You hear a tomato sandwich calling you? A lot of us hear that tomato sandwich calling us. Y'all are saying hi to each other. Joanna says she'll be here in a few minutes. Bacon, lettuce, and tomato. But I'll have to leave the lettuce off because I don't have any. So it'll just have to be a bacon and mater sandwich, but that'll work. And Janet Keene, hi Rita, we're home. My husband is taking hay for a friend. My husband's got hay down, but he went and checked it, and he's going to wait till tomorrow before he rolls it up. Let it get cured out. It was pretty heavy, and so it's taking a little while for it to dry. So he'll be in the hay field tomorrow, and I think I'm going to babysit tomorrow. My daughter-in-law asked me if she'd run to the grocery store if I'd babysit, so I'll be babysitting tomorrow. Maybe I could get her to go by the bank for me, and I wouldn't even have to go. That's a thought, ain't it? Hello, Ramona. Raking hay. Now that makes more sense, Janet. I know what raking hay is. I was trying to decipher what you meant up there by that one, but raking hay, I get that. Yeah, a lot of us know what raking hay is. Tomato and onion, sometimes with cheese. Y'all just like fresh vegetables, some of you. I am a homebody, Donna. I had seriously some of these checks I've had like for a couple weeks, and I really need to take them because when my little local customers come, some of them they wrote a check a couple weeks ago, and I haven't taken that to the bank, and I get some in the mail, and I hang on to them. I just don't like to go places. I just soon stay home, and it's so hot to get out right now. Who wants to go out in the heat? To clean up, to go to town, to go out in the heat. Not me. Not if I can help it. So yeah, I'm a homebody, and my husband is too. We're both homebodies. There's Joanna. Yeah, I'm a homebody.
There we go. Now I got the other.
Yeah, I laugh at myself when y'all don't mute that, and I hear myself talking.
Well, you gotta get it turned down before I get out of the basement. You was quick today.
Yeah. And hello, Maureen. She says hi to me and everybody. And you know what? I bet you since some of y'all are on here right now, y'all are homebodies too. Some of you, at least part of the time.
As much as I can anymore.
I know. Who wants to go?
No.
Yeah. Hello to John Paul. Well, Joanna, I'm going to take care of some orders, so I'm going to let you monitor this if you want to, if you don't mind.
No, ma'am, I don't mind helping you out.
No. I just knew I was going to be.
I probably should have brushed what hair I have left before.
I know mine's a mess too, but it'll be all right. I've looked worse, believe it or not.
It's just real warm here, so you go outside for 5 minutes with the humidity and
yeah, it's warm here too. Hello, Kathy Waits.
Oh, you're
homebodies.
Cheryl's making some tote bags today.
Now, if I'm not paying attention and somebody comes up the basement, just y'all let me know, and I'll come by and put you up on the panel. Kathy or whoever wants to come up, any of y'all are welcome. Yeah. As long as we kind of know you. And if we get anybody that we think's a troll, we'll just shut it down and won't deal with it. If we get that, okay?
Yeah.
Most of the time it's all good and fine, but you don't never know. So we'll just forewarn everybody. If we see somebody acting like we don't think they need to be talking, we'll just shut her down and won't deal with it. Sound like a plan, Joanne?
Maybe you'll have a monitor in there that can get them.
Can catch it, yeah.
Hi, Sarah. How you doing today? Hi, Deb. So Donna's gonna lurk while she straightens up the house.
I've done that a few times today on lives. I was doing some housework and I just kind of listen while I do my thing. So.
Yeah, I did that with Debbie on Quilt Fact. I just kind of listened till towards the end. Mm-hmm. No, Ramona, we have a little over half acre here, and so we have chickens in the back, and it's out in the country, so it makes it nice. We can have our dogs and chickens and things like that. We can put a garden in the back. It's enough room. We would like to get a bigger acreage, but we've been here 18 years. We lived in Wilmington for many, many years, but when Deb got remarried 19 years ago, we thought we're going to move out because we'd have more room to breathe, and traffic in town was getting crazier. So we're about 25 minutes from town and less than 25 minutes from like 8 beaches. So if we go this way, we hit a beach. If we go that way, we hit a beach. So, and we're about 5 hours from the mountains. So hit both of my favorite places. I'm sorry that your knee swelled up, Sarah. I'm sure your knee did not like it. My hands, I went in and got a shot in the arse because my hands and my feet are bad. And I'm having a flare. Changed my medicine yesterday. um, which was good. She just switched around when I get my biologics, so hopefully that'll help. And I'm dewired, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm counting down the days for the permanent because it worked real well. Hello, Karen. Karen, 2 babies and 4 grands. Sounds like a good family there. I don't know that I've seen you before. Welcome. Welcome to Rita's Roost. Rita's cutting fabric, so I'm just kind of here entertaining till somebody else comes up. Hello, Gladys. How are you doing today? I'm trying to decide if I should work on some of my UFOs or just putter today. Turn that light down because I have a stack of UFOs and I've been lazy. Of course, I did have 2 surgeries since the 1st of April, so I guess I get to be a little lazy. So how is everybody doing today? Don't everybody talk at once. What kind of bags are you making, Maureen? I think it was Maureen said she was making bags. Oh, Cheryl is making bags, tote bags. So she's making tote bags, like for groceries. Well, I'm glad you're doing okay, Deb. I hope the foot doctor helps you. Mine's a godsend. Keeps my one foot going. But hopefully he has good news and it doesn't take too long. Oh, June, it's unseasonably hot, but fortunately the temperature has dropped a little bit today. But then again, we have some rain coming in, so. I'm Marla. But yeah, the weather has been unseasonably hot, and they were talking about a possible tropical storm, and our season doesn't start till July, and our biggest activity would be the end of August, first 2-3 weeks in September, so that would be unheard of. But now it's a tropical depression, so wasn't too worried, but unusual. Nice. I'm glad that you have a very good podiatrist. That he's going to check at your toes and look at your new shoes. It's very good when you have a good one. Um, I wear Vivo barefoot out of the Netherlands because they have the open. They don't look like special shoes, but they give your toes room to breathe, and you can feel the ground under them. Most comfortable shoes I've ever gotten. Maureen Camisa. Oh, you have 3 kids, 7 grands, 3 great grands, and in 2 days your granddaughter's due date, or another great grand. Wow, that's quite something. I hope so, June. I really do. The rain's really hard on the bones, but we need it real bad. We haven't had some in a while, and it has brought us down to the upper 80s from the mid 90s, so that's nice. Oh, Janet's embroidering pillowcases for my daughter. She has one finished. Cooler today in Middle Tennessee. Yay. I was in Chattanooga in November for Thanksgiving, and it was very nice, but I hear it can get might be warm there. Donald Sutherland died, Deb? I hadn't heard that news. Hi, Ginger. She says her son and daughter-in-law on vacation for the 10th anniversary, and I'm taking care of the 2 granddaughters and the grand dog. Now that's a handful, especially depending on the age, but a lot of fun. Oh, Carrie. Had rain today, and it's blowing us back up to 90 in Scarborough, Ontario. We just hit over 90 today. I'm not sure what Anna was raining meant, but yeah, it sounds like she has some heat coming up. But yeah, Ginger, I bet those pillowcases will turn out real nice. Be a nice keepsake. I didn't hear that Donald Sutherland had passed. He did some good movies. Not one of my biggest fans. Are you there, Miss Rita?
I've forgotten that I need my computer to fill my orders. Is that not stupid?
No, it's not stupid. If you don't have it printed out, you wouldn't think about that.
Oh, because I need it to go. I need this computer to go make those labels and all that stuff. So I'll talk to y'all in a few minutes, and then I'll have to get off here so I can use my work computer.
Oh, there you go.
That's making me feel kind of goofy, but anyway.
No, we all have moments where we just don't quite think through things. I got a new book.
I've got another computer, but I don't have all the passwords saved, and so it's kind of makes it hard to get where you want to go.
Yes.
Hello, Nancy, our treasured home.
Yes, I got a new book to support MX Domestic. He's pretty cool. It's called Fabric Weaving. And he seems to make it look pretty easy, but I don't know. But he did he did the book, I think, in 2020, and he was just trying, and it's a pretty cool book. It has everything you need to know if you're interested in doing something crazy. Oh, that's where that is. What is this?
Oh, I didn't know that Wilma had been in the hospital. Oh, I'm sorry. Now the hospital. Wilma Kiefer got Mom out of the hospital. She's getting stronger. She's watching y'all and said she loved you. Well, we love her, but I didn't know she'd been in the hospital.
Yeah.
Jerome, you take care of her. Because I saw where Brenda was taking David to the hospital today too. I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm hoping that she recovers well and gets her strength back quickly. Be praying for her.
So you're the Karen that asked about the. Sometimes when I see Karen, the 2 babies and 4 grands, I don't put the last name with you, but now I know. I'm going to make another one of them steps to the altar too, Karen. Probably from that same pattern that I've used a couple times before.
Have a good shower, Sarah, and enjoy your day. Saves me from typing it out. I know I'm falling.
My phone's ringing, and I know FedEx just left my house because I see them. So Terry, my husband probably called me. Hope he brings the package so we can open it.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
To have a package opening. I'll tell you what, I've got to get
Hello? I do.
See, I'm working on a little mat for my sister by her chair. And I just have to finish.
Let me ask him, y'all want Terry to bring the box?
Yes.
They said yes.
To have it marked up.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
There was another project I was working on, and I have to find out where I set it because I've been rearranging everything in here, trying to get some organization.
He'll be here in a minute. He was actually down there weed eating, so he needs to stop and cool off anyway.
But she likes hot air balloons, so I picked this out and I got it all set and just a little free motion and bonding, and it'll be done. Carrie says yes.
Yes. Yeah, of course. We all say yes. We want to see what's in that box.
Oh, Sarah says she's gonna wait on her shower to see what's in the box.
He'll be here just a little bit. It's just a little piece down the road, and it won't take long. I'll get the box cutter ready, and we'll open that thing up.
So
What you would do with ugly fabric, 6.5 inch by width of fabric strips.
well, sometimes ugly fabric looks better when you get it in the smaller squares and sew it together
Mm-hmm.
because it changes the look of the overall design because you're taking pieces of it. Um, and you can do a lot with 6.5. Well, I usually do 6 because then I can cut them in 1.5 inch pieces and cut 4 and sew the strips together 2 by 2 and make a 5, and then you've got a block and you can cut it, and you can do patchwork hearts or bags or any number of things like that.
We never get too many boxes. I
Oh,
think I never go to town. Y'all know that. So everything I get comes in a box to my house. I don't need any fabric, but that hasn't stopped you from buying it. Yes. Mix up the ugly fabric and the scrappy quilt. That would work. And that's good information from Joanna. Joanna knows a little bit about everything. She does. If you need to know something, ask Joanna. And
well,
I might know a lot of stuff, but I'm not good at relaying what I know. I just do it, and I can't explain it.
I just do a lot of reading and a lot of watching things, and it sticks in my brain, which you don't want to know what's in my brain. But when I spent a year in a non-walking body cast between 14 months and 24, 25 months, we didn't have TV. We didn't have tablets. We didn't have video games. So
Yeah.
I was reading full books by 2 years old and doing 200-piece puzzles by myself because that's
Mm-hmm.
how I could entertain myself. I had nobody but me on my little board that Dad made me and padded so he could take me on walks in the evening in between work and school. And so um, I guess that's where it all started. My teacher told my mother that I wasn't a troublemaker and a problem child. She told her I was bored because I was reading at a fifth grade level in first grade and doing math at a fourth grade level and very creative. And my mother got very upset with her
Mm-hmm.
because she didn't want to hear that I was just bored.
I'm
But,
gonna go. I'm gonna go get the door for him.
and like I said, it just stuff goes in and sticks in my brain, and some of it's not the best. Yay, we get to Yay, we get to see a box opening. I've got my friend blowing up my phone. So I'm just going to answer my friend for a minute. And hopefully it's a nice big box because it's always nice to see. I like that white with flowers. Oh, okay. Um, I'll have to let Rita know. Um, that you like that. That you like that fabric. I'm sure she's got it on her website. Hope she's okay. She's been gone for a bit. Um, and that's just one idea to do with that fabric. I know Soya came out with fabric strips that were 6.5, and they were like, "This is all original." Well, Moda had 6-inch strips long before they had 6.5-inch strips. Not saying either is bad either way, but it wasn't totally original because I've used a lot of their 6-inch strips and done that. cut it into 4 strips, made a pile, cut them in half because they're widths of fabric, and then made a pile of 4 strips and just picked up random ones and sewed them together by 2s and put one in the middle, and then I could cut them into whatever width I wanted to make a patchwork. Craft On and So Forth, which I believe is Pam, said she liked the white with flowers that you put on your shelf while cleaning up. And Donna says, hello, Mr. Terry.
He's gone. He didn't want to be seen, but he says that he's had enough. He's fixing to go in and cool off. He's been out weed eating, so he don't need to get too hot. We're old. We don't need to get too hot.
Yeah.
And I didn't turn the air on until I got up here, and it's hot up here too. So
you don't want to get heat exhaustion or heat stroke, which is easily, or dehydrated, because all 3 of them. Yeah, Sarah, I'm not knocking. So yeah, but they kind of do the Barnum Bailey spin on some of the things they sell. Like it's a totally unique idea, and you need to, and it's like it's an idea that had been around for quite a while, and they just tweaked it and made their own brand. That's more the honest way to sell it, is all I'm saying. And like I said, I haven't got many of those rolls, but I didn't realize they were width of fabric, so they're like 42 inches. So I cut them in half and use them for patchwork a lot of times, or 2.5-inch strips. Sometimes I'll do 2.5-inch strips and cut them down. So I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying that, especially Tinkelman has that Barnum & Bailey thinking to get you to buy more. And it's like, for being Christians, be more honest with your audience is all I'm saying.
Well, I got some pretty stuff, Joanna. I'm gonna make myself big for this minute, all right?
You're fine.
Cause y'all are gonna love this. You're gonna think these are pretty. Now I'm gonna start and just take it out as it's in here. So I'll start with another puzzle. Do you know that I've sold every puzzle that I've brought in here? Look at that one. Isn't that cute?
Oh, that's pretty.
Little old women with their bonnets on and quilting. Oh, so I think that's cute. And I got 4 more of those Sunbonnet Sue visits quilted today. I got 4 more of those. Now I got 2 and they sold just like that. So I got some more. And this one, let me find the collection this goes with. Look at these little bees on that. Am I holding it right? Can you see it?
Yes.
You see the bees?
Yeah, there's a little glare, but that's kind of pretty. Real yellow though. And
they go with this one here. They go with this collection. The Susie Bee. They go with that layer cake. To see, I got the yardage in this one that you could do a cute cheater quilt with this one. The little hexies. Can you see it?
Yes. That's pretty.
Because it's like the top one on this layer cake. So I think all of these just match that. Now, what this one went with. This is from a different collection, but I just thought it was too cute. I don't know what you do with it.
Oh, that's kind of nice. That's a churn dash?
Yeah, it's a churn dash. And it says it's countryside. So is that one countryside? Yes, it would go with this collection. With that one, because this is countryside. So we'll go with that. See, it's got the same colors. One more. Just one more. And this one is the Susie Bee. Starburst Dot. That one's pretty, and I think it goes with, well, oh, I think it might go with the ones in this collection. I think. It might go in the pretty and pink. Anyway, that's those. I'm excited about them. Well, I won't open that. I know what that is too.
Uh-oh, she's hiding a secret there.
And what? Just a couple of magnets and a thingy that holds your phone. That's all. That's all. That's all that's in that box. All right.
That's it?
That's it. That's all it held. So
Well, oh, that's,
yeah,
we did get some nice fabrics there.
I know. I think they're really cute.
Marla and Karen said they're cute. Oh, Marla said that's awesome information. I will cut them into small square. You're so right about the honesty. Guess who Nancy? Guess who Nancy says hi, y'all. Well, you're welcome, Marla. It's just, I started using some cape fabrics, and at first I was like, wow. But then when I cut them up, it was amazing to see how they changed from square to square. And you couldn't tell sometimes this square came from the same fabric because the 2.5 inch square, the snapshot it took. And it does make some beautiful combination, especially for the patchwork quilted pockets, prayer square hearts, quilted patchwork pocket prayer hearts by Shabby Fabrics. That's a mouthful. But I'm glad I can help because these are just things that I've picked up. I'm all self-taught, so I may lead you astray on something because I do things kind of my own. Maureen says lots of pretty fabric.
It is pretty fabric. I had to come up here with this window air conditioner is. I was about to burn up back there.
Yeah.
So I've changed positions here, changed rooms.
I have a barrel fan I got at Home Depot a couple of years ago, and even though I have the air conditioner going, I use it in my little area because it gets warm in here, and it's enough to circulate without blowing everything all over the place.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you came on. It's too bad you can't do your cutting of your fabric.
I know I come up here to work, but it's okay. I can sit here and rock. I'll be all right.
Well,
I'll be okay.
maybe the thing was you just needed a wee bit of a rest,
Yeah, y'all that have orders, you just have to be patient with me. So I'll get them.
Oh, you know what? You do very well getting your orders out. Very well.
I do the best I can, and I said I'd come up here to get a couple of them. And there's a couple of them. If we email back and forth, sometimes it takes me a little longer. But if you just place them on that website, I know right exactly what you want and how much, and it goes quicker that way.
Well, I was looking for some of your charm packs that had like the smiley sun. What it was called, and I couldn't find it on your website.
Charm packs that had what?
Like a smiley. It had like a bright sun, and it was like happy.
Oh, sometimes I don't order a whole lot of one thing, and they go pretty quick. So it's probably already gone. Yeah,
well, could be.
Every once in a while, I'll get one that it doesn't stay here long, and then some of them sit here till somebody wants them. Hello, Mona.
Hello, Mona. Marla says she studied color theory and art, but quilting fabrics throw me off. Do you use an olive wheel? Well, several companies do make a color wheel, and I think it just takes time to put fabrics together and figure out your color. And sometimes you just have to ask for help. Does this match this? Miss Rita's real good a lot of times about matching fabrics, and sometimes it's a process of elimination. But like,
Yeah.
I made a Christmas table runner for my sister, and she said, "Can I put a dog print on the back?"
Mm,
And I said, "Why not? Because you can
yeah.
just reverse it and use your
Yeah.
dog print during the year." And she said, "Well, they don't match." And I said, "I don't care. It's
And,
your table runner, and they
yeah.
don't have to match because it's the back. And
Yeah.
you can flip it over after the holiday season, and then you've got your dog table runner." And she says, "Oh, good." And so sometimes it may match to you and it may not match to anybody else. And as long as it
Yeah.
matches to you and you're happy with it, you know.
Yeah. Kathy says you're not very loud.
All right, there we go. Am I better now?
Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Did somebody erase their comments? Did I miss that?
I think I missed something.
I think I did too. Oh, what's my website? Is that what? Let me see if I can put the link. Let me go over here and see if I can find it. And it's not a perfect website, but it is what it is.
It's a work in progress.
And it was done by amateurs, so.
Marla, you're very welcome. You know, this is a really good place to go because Miss Rita, Sheila, Sandra, all of them, Pam, you know, Mona, there's so many people on here, Gladys, that can help you out. They all have different areas of real expertise, and you can learn a whole lot as long as you're not afraid to ask questions. And there's no stupid question unless you don't answer it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just because we may have figured out something doesn't mean that everybody has, you know. So this is a good safe place to ask questions because I'm still learning. You know. Oh, well, I figured you meant
We,
total. So
yeah, we know that those phones have a mind of their own sometimes, and sometimes their fingers do. So,
I think that spell check is an elf, and he starts drinking early in the morning, and the more the day goes on, the drunker he gets, and the more crazy he gets with. I don't know why you can't hear me. I got my volume all the way up. It just being weird today. Anyway,
and y'all hear? I'm not talking as much as Joanna, but y'all hear me okay? Am I screaming? I may be screaming. That may be it.
well, is it Kathy that can't hear me, or is it all y'all that are having trouble hearing me? Because it may be Kathy's speakers are turned down, or she needs to reach the phone. I'm not picking on you, Kathy. I'm just saying I've never had a problem, but this iPad can be funky sometimes. I did turn the volume up, and I can raise my voice because my daddy taught me how to do that. He was a good preacher. He could preach to the back of a room without a microphone.
Uh,
Bernice, you're too funny. Um, that's true, Sarah. I mean, there are things that, you know, I mean, look at how much fabric choices we have. Look at our sewing machines today. Look at some of the tools that we have. Well, I have no idea why.
and yeah, Donna thinks your volume's still a little low too, but then Dee can hear us.
So, yeah, I've got the volume all the way turned up. I'll just raise my voice a little bit because maybe I was just getting. Sarah says she can hear me fine. Maybe I just was being soft spoken today because I'm a wee bit tired.
Joanna, let's just yell at each other so they can hear us.
Yes, ma'am. Get some other now.
I'm,
Good.
I'm going to talk
Yeah.
to Joanna. Maybe. Oh,
Look at.
I'm just making fun. You know that. So,
Oh, I know, Rita. You don't mind me at all. Um, you know, um, some days, but you shouldn't see me when I get frustrated. I am not soft spoken then. Okay, Shannon has a question about quilt backing. I think I watched you read a sew extra yardage together, salvage to salvage, and split it.
I've done that. If that's the way I needed to sew it to get it to fit, I've done it that way. Yeah. If if that made it fit, I've done that. And then there might be a bunch left over after it's done, but at least it made the backing. You just have to measure and kind of graph it out on a piece of paper and see how it's going to work. That's what I would do. If it's a really huge quilt, you might have to go sew 3 rows or something. But
Yeah. Now I saw something interesting, and I don't know if it's just upholstery fabric because I haven't looked at a salvage. But this lady, when she was doing a French seam to match up the design, she used the color strip on the salvage, and there was a little mark there. And when she lined it up the pattern perfect. And then she put them together, sewed it, and cut off the salvage and did her French seam. I thought,
yeah, that's it. Shannon, before you do it, you make sure you measure your quilt top, and make sure that 45 fabric will work. All right. It'd be a whole lot easier to measure it before you go to sewing it and cutting it.
yeah.
And what's my favorite color? If I had to pick a favorite, it'd probably be yellows and greens because I'm not a purple person. I'm not pink. I'm not red. Yellows and blues and greens.
I always do a little more than a little
So
less.
80 by 80. How much would you have to have for 80 by 80? 45,
Well, if she's using yardage that's 40 inches wide,
45 or 44.
yeah, it depends on how wide. If it's 44 inches wide, 2 yards should do you plenty because that would give you 88 inches.
But she'd have to sew that selvage to selvage, and
Yeah.
it would be getting close on the side.
Right.
And
Right.
then what? 2, 3. So it takes 4.5, 5 yards of it probably to do it. Hello, Mary Webb.
Going this way because it's 3 feet 36 inches, so it's 72 inches for 2 yards. So she would need at least 3 yards, which would be 108 inches in order to do one side. And then she would need 3 yards over here. So she would need 6 yards to do the whole back. And then if she put it right, you know, if it's 44 inches, she would have 88 inches to work with. So she wouldn't necessarily have to do it quite salvage to salvage.
And do you sew? And Dee's asking, do you sew them horizontally or vertically? It depends. With mine, it depends. But I'm no expert. I just get her done. Right or wrong, sometimes I try to get, if I start one, well, I don't always finish every project, but you know what I mean.
Okay.
If I get to the backing part, I might finish it.
Shannon says she has a 3-yard piece, 45 inches wide. Well, that wouldn't give you enough for an 80-inch back because the yardage is 36 inches. So you need 36 inches just to make one half.
So I don't think 3 yards would do an 80 by 80.
She needs 6. She needs 6 yards because she has to put the 3 yards next to the 3 yards. So she needs, because it's 36, so that's 72. So if she did a half, so if she did 3 yards, that's 108 inches. So she might be able to get away with like 2.5, but you have to have 2 of those pieces to come together to make the width. So you need 6 yards. Because if you cut that in half, you got 36 inches, 36, 46, 51, like 52 inches. So you'd be short 30 inches on the bottom.
Yeah, and there's not going to be any left on the sides to sew to the bottom. So yeah, it's going to take more.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing that trips you up in your mind, because you're thinking 3 yards. Oh, I've got 108 inches, but then you got to think about the fact of the width.
Mm-hmm.
Putting two 45-inch pieces together gives you 90 inches, so that gives you plenty of room, but you have to have two pieces. And I almost did that because I'm working on a tarp for my sister for her table saw. And I was there and I was thinking, okay, 3 yards. Oh, wait a minute. I need 6 yards because I got to do it side by side to make it wide enough. So sometimes that'll catch up in your thinking, because you forget for the width. You got to do double. So
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, Shannon, you need another 3 yards. Or you could do a piece at the top, a different piece of fabric in the middle, and a piece at the bottom. So you could do a filler piece with your 3 yards to fill in the missing amount as
Yeah,
a high piece.
she said she's got some more, so you're good then if you've got
Yeah.
another 3 yards of it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, that works. That works great.
It actually takes a lot of fabric for a backing for a big quilt. It's a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of yards sometimes.
Yeah, it does. I mean, when you start breaking down the math, it does take quite a bit. I guess that's why somebody invented 108s, to try and make it easier. And it all,
Yeah. Yeah.
Shannon, it's totally up to you whether or not you like how it
There's
comes. I would check it and
yeah,
see if you
there's
like how
yeah,
it
there
comes
yeah,
together.
there's not very many quilts that are bigger than 108. That's
No,
pretty big.
no. But see, I buy this 100% cotton with cotton scrim, and I use this. It's a 108, but I use it for bowl koozies and plate koozies because it's cheaper. I mean, I can get a yard of this at 108 inches, where Wrap and Zap is 44 inches for a yard, and Wrap and Zap is $12.50 when it's not on sale, and I can get this for $14 for a yard, and I can use it, cut it up, and use it for multiple projects. And I tested it, and 2 layers of this is as insulating as Wrap and Zap, but it's not quite as bulky, so it's easier when you turn, and you don't get as thick a side. So I just get it on sale. Read them one way. I I just did
You
it
know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stop my camera and I'm gonna go to another place here while y'all talk. But if I stop my camera, I can probably go up there and do what I need to do, can't I?
I probably can. You can just
I'm
talk.
gonna try it. I'm gonna try it, but I'm gonna stop this camera.
All right,
But I can still hear you guys. All right.
yeah, that works. And that's nice, Shannon, that you found it on clearance. The Pioneer Woman that I liked with the hummingbirds, they weren't clearancing though. Okay, Karen says 7 1/4 yards. Um, oh, and Robert Kaufman does have a quilting calculator, which helps with some of this math, especially with binding and things like that. It's a free app you can download. Yeah, the patterns, and well, see, that makes it perfect. You just have to decide, Shannon, if you want your seam to kind of show a little bit here, or if you want to show sideways. And a lot of times it's easier just to do vertical because you have the width and you can just sew and go. Um, you might be right, Karen, but I'm thinking, um, I was thinking 6 would be enough because 36 and 36 is 2. That'd be 108 inches, and she only needs 80. So what? What's the 7 1/4 inches, Karen? 7 1/4 yards. I'm sorry, I probably was getting a little soft spoken again. I have to remember that. Yeah. Well, I I think that they can look just as nice because that's how they always did it. They used, our grandparents and great grandparents and so on. They just used what they could find and patched it together. So 80 wide by 90. Okay. Well, still 45 and 45 is 90. So if it's 45 inches wide and your width is it's 80 wide, you're good because that gives you an extra 10 inches to sew for your seams and for oopses. And then your 90s this way. And if you have 3 yards, that's 108 inches. So yeah, I thought she said 80 by 80, but she may have updated it to 80 by 90. But it's still, if she has 3 yards side by side and does it vertical, she's got 108 inches this way and 90 inches this way, so she'd be covered. But originally she did say 80 by 80, Maureen. Neither of us are losing our marbles yet. Yeah. Oops. Well, yeah, but if you're doing, I think you'd still have enough for putting it on the quilter. Yeah, it's called, it's by Robert Kaufman, and it's a quilter's little helper called Quilting Calc. Quilting CALC. And then there's a fabric calculator, and Smets has a beautiful app on all their needles. They tell you all about the type, the color coding, and so if you have a needle that's Smets and you don't know what needle it is because you took it off and just put it in the dish, all of that's on their free app and solving problems. In the fabric calculator, I haven't used it too much, but I have used the Quilting Calc. Yes, that would. It would give you 4 to 5 inches on each side with a 45 inch. Go. This is a game. And I've downloaded some apps and I've used them. Like the Quilting Calc, and I use Smits a lot. I really haven't used the fabric calculator. I guess Missouri Star Quilt has one, has their own app, which I guess has got everything on it, but I've never really used it either. And there's one called Quiltful. I don't know if Quiltful is free. So I didn't finish signing it up. I just got a list of helpful quilt things. Quilting apps are things. And like I said, the Robert Kaufman Quilting Calc has helped me with figuring out binding, making sure that math is okay. Because sometimes we all get math that's funky. Oh, she's got her orders up and
I've got this one ready, so I'm going to wrap it up and then I'll do another one. Got to do one at a time or I confuse myself.
Well, that's
this one's going to Bakersfield, California.
I've been there. There's not much in Bakersfield unless there was off of the 5. There was a real nice A&W root beer stand, and I would stop there when I was going up to Northern California on the 5 to get a root beer float because they made the root beer fresh, and I don't know that it's still there because this was the late 90s. Okay. But anyway, those are just some, like I said, they're the Smith's Needle app has been helpful and it's free, and you can even make a list of the Smith's needles you have. So if you're in the store, you can go, oh, I need these kind, You can find that information. I like Smiths. I like Oregon. They're probably my two go-to sewing machine needles. Because they last long, and I haven't had many break when I've done stupid things like too thick of a seam too fast. Not me. So, let me show you this target. It's a bear, but I think it'll work. You're in my bed. I need to move my. How many orders do you have, Miss Rita?
I've got about 4 to do.
All right, that's good. The more,
And this one was the easy one because it was just 2 layer cakes. That made it easy.
but it's good that you got orders. Keep praying for more and more orders. This is the tart, and it's 9 by 9. It's that sunbrella, and I got it on sale. It was basically $37 a yard, and I got it for $7, so I could get the nice umbrella. And I started my French seam, which is here, and now I've got to sew it here once again, and then this seam will be done, and then I'll just make a pocket, do the edges with a pocket. But I think it's kind of pretty. I had 2 choices, a plain gray or this like colorful checker. But I stopped because I need some help from my sister's muscles to get folded to finish my French seam, which will make it almost invisible because this is actually the wrong side of the fabric. So when I open it up, you almost won't see the seam that I've put in the middle here. And I've gotten pretty close to matching it. So by the time I get it sewn and turn right side up, my colored squares will almost match. Which is incredible. I've got that close with this much. I told her next time we're doing quilting. It's so heavy. But hey, that under there. I like how Miss Rita wraps up those packages nice and.
Well, I hope they get to y'all safe and sound. If when they leave here, I don't have much control over it.
Thank you, Maureen. Yeah, she had 2 that were on sale. She had a gray check and this bright check, and I thought I really like this bright color. I mean, I know it's just a tarp to keep her table saw covered till we move it, but I thought it's more fun. But it's umbrella canvas, so by the time you get 9 feet, it's. Oh, Sandra's going live in 30 minutes. So 4 winds blocks with me.
Who's going live?
Sandra's going live in 30
Oh,
minutes.
all righty.
Come sew the 4 blocks with me. That's 4 o'clock. You'll probably be done by then.
Yeah. Oh, y'all go on whenever you need to.
Well, you need to have somebody. You need the court jester to entertain the packages. So I'm here. So anyway, I was happy all over because I got a good deal. I agree, Maureen. I think it's real pretty, and I pretty much have the edges of the 2 sides matched. And when I French seam on this wrong side, it out, you really won't be able to see the seam. That's because the box will be, unless you look for it. And that's the beauty of a French seam on something like this. Oh, she's getting another order.
I'm getting another one, so I'm going to go. This one come through Facebook, so I'm going to have to go write it down.
Well, an order's an order, Miss Frida. That back there, y'all don't lay up. Things big enough to ask. I know you love my fabric. It's good fabric. You love it even more. Talking to my grandchildren, they have this thing about if I put fabric where they can lay on it, they will. And if it's good fabric, they definitely will. And which means I have to try and keep my powers up higher. Miss Rita D has a question when you come back from the Netherlands.
I'm listening. What are you asking?
Are you going to order the larger pieces, the 108 size?
I've got one bolt of 108. Let me come over there. Let me come back.
Well, you can do it after the order.
I've got one bolt of 108 back there that I think is just real pretty. Let me show it to you. I'll show you. I'm the only one that's used any of it. When I made that star quilt, I used it. Can you see it, or is it too glary?
It's a little glary.
No.
What does it have on it?
It's kind of a cream. It's a cream color it's kind of cream on cream, and it's got just little swirlies.
Okay.
Let me try it over here in the shade, in the shadow.
You can kind of.
Is that any better?
That's better. So it's kind of a light cream with a darker cream.
Yeah, it's cream with a little bit darker cream. You know, it would blend with a lot of off-white things. You wouldn't want to put it on a quilt with a lot of white, but I thought it was kind of pretty, and I liked it on the quilt that I put it on.
Do you have any more of that white that had like the hummingbird, the white on white? I think it was. It had hummingbirds.
I think I still have some of that. This is from Maywood Studio. It's just 108, beautiful backing. Not seeing anyway. That's about all I can tell you about it. Ugh. The hummingbird.
Maureen, I do really like some checks and plaids, but I'm an eclectic because I like a lot of different types of fabric.
There's the hummingbird, but there's not much on there. There's still probably 3-4 yards, but not a lot. Can you see it?
Yeah, save a couple yards for me, and I'll get my order in, Miss Rita.
Okay.
I want some of that. I'll send you an email. And then
how much is that 108? Y'all can't ask me how much this stuff is because I don't know off the top of my head. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't keep nothing straight. I'll have to look it up later, Dee. I apologize. I'm just not a very good businesswoman, I'm telling you. So
I don't think, Rita, it has anything to do with being a good businesswoman or not. Some things stick in our heads and some things don't. I have a near photographic memory that's aging and cluttered, but names, it takes me a very, very long time for a name to stick, even if I see the person. And so we all just have our.
Okay, I was writing down an address, so I'm gonna go back and finish my address. So
Right.
I'm here, but I'm not here. That's the story of my life, ain't it?
All right, Sarah. She was telling Shannon she bought some of that Pioneer Woman from Walmart on clearance for $3 for two, and used it for a dog bed. Yeah, I saw some that was pretty that had hummingbirds on it, but my Walmarts, they won't put it on clearance. They put the other stuff on clearance, but the one I wanted, they wanted full price, and I'm like, I got plenty here. If you were gonna put it on clearance, I'd pick some up. Well, when Rita comes back, we'll ask her. Um, Rita, don't come back till you get your address. But
Oh,
Sarah would
oh,
like to know.
all right, all righty. I'm here writing it down as we.
Yes, just Sarah would like to know if you sold the 1 yard cuts that you received a few days ago because she didn't see them on the website.
All right, just let me come back.
Yeah, well, finish what you're doing, and the question will wait for a couple minutes. It's not going nowhere.
Those those 1 yard cuts. Well, they're still here. If I know which one she's talking about. Are these are these the ones you're talking about? And I tell you, I haven't listed them yet because somewhere around here in all my clutter is that invoice, and I didn't know what to price them at, so I didn't put them on there yet. I'm not good with pricing stuff, and if I ain't careful, I'll underprice everything. So, but if that's the ones you're talking about, they're still here, and no, and even one of those friends that come to the shop yesterday, she saw them too, and I said, well, I don't know what to price them for to you for because I don't know where my invoice is. So anyway. So that's the reason they're still here. All right, I'm going back.
All right, you go back. Well, Sarah, I would say if you're interested in the 1 yard cut, send Miss Reed an email about it. And when she rounds up the invoice, she can set one aside for you. And when she rounds up the invoice, she can tell you how much. And I'm sure if she'll give you first dibs and tell you the price. And if you go, well, that's more, then she can put it up on her website.
To be honest with you, those 1 yard cuts and stuff are not and fat quarter bundles are not very cheap. You know.
Some of them aren't. For some reason, they put them. Well, I know they have a little bit more labor to them, but sometimes they're just um, more expensive than they were worth. And at least they've for a lot of part they've stopped. There was a time when with fat quarter bundles, sometimes you could only get the fabric in a fat quarter bundle. So if you really liked something, you couldn't buy yardage. You were forced to buy the bundle, and
Hmm.
that was and I just there were times I got really frustrated because there was a piece I liked, but I didn't want to buy the whole bundle. But they hadn't made it in yardage or offered it, and I think a lot of companies have started to move away from that, which makes me happy. It is a selling point. You can only get this if you get it in this form, but Sarah said it was a bundle. No hurry, Miss Reed, to take your time.
And I'm going to go back to the back room and cut some, so I'll be out of hearing for a little bit.
All right, I'll be here. And I'm looking for something I've misplaced, so I'll just take you with me while I go look for it. Oh my goodness! See, I've been redoing my room because 8 surgeries in 3.5 years, and a couple of them in a wheelchair. Things got thrown here and there, and I had to get some more shelves. So I had a couple UFOs I was working on, and I put one of them in a safe place and haven't been able to scare it up. So while Miss Rita's doing that, I'm here. I'm watching. Y'all, somebody else can come up here and talk. Um, and y'all get some more happy in the chat. Get some of your questions and things going in the chat. Miss Rita can hear you when she's not cutting. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. I got an alien in here. Drag nabbit. It was up there, but it isn't. I feel like Miss Rita right about now. Now she can't hear me, but you know, where you put something in a safe place and you had it in one place for a long time. But that happens too. Because I really need to get to working on some things when I get off of here. Alright. Anybody still alive in chat? I can't see how many of y'all are in chat right now. Wake up. Join the party. I wonder if everybody left because Miss Rita went to do some cutting. Did I leave? Oh, maybe I left it over there. Oh, dragnabbit. That's Indian fabric. I mean, African fabric. I do have a little bit of organization. Oh, Maureen's here. Shannon's here. Yay. It just got quiet and y'all stopped chatting, and I just figured while Miss Rita was doing something, I would look for a couple, you know, UFOs that I had put out, and then it got real quiet. But see, I had this. Oh no, I can't get this camera going right. I had this stack of fabric right here in a chair, and somehow my dogs figured out how to sit on the chair before I could get it on the shelf, so I had to hurry up and throw it on the table. The rest I'll have to wash again. Well, I just had that put together. It's not over there. Hopping around. Now, I'll find them. They just got shifted. But see, I just got this shelf a bit organized with 2 stacks. Eventually, I want to get it on comic board. I just haven't done that yet. So that the 2 rows are this way instead of back to back. Make it a little easier. They do have some order to them. Alright. I don't know what I did with that. Because I had a panel I was going to make a wall hanging out of. Hi, Diane. Miss Rita's cutting up some fabric in the other room for an order, and then she'll be right back. And then she'll chat for a little bit, and then I think she's got 2 more orders to pull off her computer. And then to do the live, when she's in pulling the orders, she can hear, but she has to turn off the camera. Then once she gets the order off the computer, she comes back up. But she's quiet right now, can't hear us because she went in the other room to get something. So she left me here to entertain y'all. Maureen, yes. Sometimes it is. And it's true, Shannon. But for me, I only had half this area for a long time, and then I got the full area, which was real nice because I could spread out. But then a couple times I ended up having to use my wheelchair, so things just got pushed, and I had to get shelves and did it. And I've got comic board to put all of it on real nice and take up half the space, but it's a little overwhelming to even think about starting that with the amount, because I didn't do it when I started recollecting fabric 4 years ago, and I should have. But as you can see, I'm working on bowl koozies. I got 5 to sew together, and I got 5 ready for the darts. But I had that stimulator in my back, and then I had to get it out 2 days ago, so I'm starting to get around again. And I had a stack of these kitchen scarves to do the last sewing on, and the dogs have. I love my dogs, but sometimes they're just a little bit too helpful. I'll just put it that way. And then I made these. These are a little wild. This is tulip pink, but I like the zebras. And then I put and then this one, it is the skunk with the flowers. And I put the axes in it. Oh, thank you, Diane. I'm working on it one bit at a time. And I have some of my fat quarters folded flat like this to put in a bin. But there's more than I want to admit to that I need to fold. Yeah, Shannon, sometimes I wish I could wiggle my nose and it'd be done. I imagine they are. I have 3 dachshunds and 2 bassets, and we're kind of long-term babysitting the border collie mix who's she just turned 15. She's got dementia, and I don't think she's going to be with us much longer, but oh yes, Shannon, the cozies are real nice, and I've made a lot of them because that's what happens is, oh, I like those, will you make some? That's what I'm working on here. Is I've got these just need to be turned, and these need the sewing and turn for top stitching. But I figured with the cozies that there's three basic methods. You get a template and you use that method. You get the gypsy quilter batting like we use that method, or you use the original method before those 2 things were created. And my tweak was took a old used spent gift card, and made a template. And so all I have to do is flip it, and I can put the 4 dart lines on there in a jiffy instead of having to measure. I made 12 movements into 4 for each piece. Yeah, Diane. It's hard when they get older like that. We've had several. We had the cats, who was actually one of 2 decent cats I've known in my life. She stayed with us for 17 years. Bassett 16, long-haired dachshund 15, 13. So, and Shannon, I use the same method to make plate koozies. I just template that has a little bit longer, narrower dart in it. So I did the exact same process for a plate koozie as for a bowl koozie. I just made the it's a little bit different for the dart. And you can make it for any size plate simply by flipping your plate over. You measure it, and if it's a 9-inch plate, you take a 10-inch piece of fabric. If it's a 10-inch plate, you use an 11-inch piece. So that's how you get the size for the cozy. But I do it simple. Most bowls fit in a 10-inch piece of fabric, so you can use a layer cake or whatever. And I just sew it across. What I do is I fold the fabric in half, and I use a ruler or a hair marker to make a crease. And I sew that crease like this. Then I fold it on that line, and line it up and put my marks on it. And then one side I use either I used to use the tin on spray, but now I use a little bit now I use a ruler. And then you sew your darts and you trim them. I like pinking shears. So I trim them like this. I line up the middle with the pin, line up my seams here, and these come on. But I use these on the outside goes one way and the inside the other. It reduces bulk. So if you leave clips on for about 3 to 5 minutes like this, it'll match the seams down so they're going opposite.
One of these days, I'm going to buy me one of them printers that prints these sticky labels out. One of these days.
And then they end up like this. And then when you turn them right side out, you know, turn the hole in and this one's reversible. So this is the opposite. You know, if you're in that mood one day, or do it like this. So usually some people use the same fabric. I tend to like to use a theme. And so like okay, like these bears. That will be the focal fabric. And the outside or the inside fabric, whichever will be. Rita, you mute while you're taping.
Is that too loud? It's taped. I'm done. That's 3 of them ready.
But I have like this, and so I've just put this because this was a Dan Morris layer cake that I got for $20. So I picked up a couple of them, and I just picked out the daisies to go with it to make it simple. Now, some people just use the same fabric. They use a solid or whatever. But I'm a little different. I like finding coordinating fabrics, at least coordinating in my mind. Like this one's gnome, and this one's a paisley. And then I do it with, I can do about 8 to 10 in 2 hours. If I sit and I don't. Or like this one. That one's like, oh my gosh, I think that's a little too bright. But I decided to put this with it. Now, I'm not sure that they quite go together, but I'm working on that. Thank you, Shannon. But I've got a whole stack over here. And what I do is a lot of times I'll cut my squares and I'll cut my batting, and then I'll work on other projects or quilting, and then I'll come back and I'll do the crosses on a whole stack of them, and or mark, and then you can do them in stages. You don't have to sit down and do them all at once. The only tip I have is that now this will be trimmed with pinking shears, and there's a hole here for turning. Now, I clip here where I've sewn where I backstitched. I clip here and I take out this 1/4 inch of batting, and then I iron or crease down the opening where it's going to go when it's turned right side out, because it reduces tearing here and it folds out easier. It's an extra step, but it's something I figured out that if I take this bulk out, it's down a 1/4 inch, and then, fold these down to match the line here, then it makes it easier once I have it turned out to line up. And these are kind of, I have sea turtles for me, and seahorses too, because I like something a little eclectic every now and then instead of, thank you, Dee. I was thinking, and you guys can tell me, see, I have a whole stack of batting, and this is all backings, and they're all scraps or they're all cut and ready to go. So like here's 2 different ones. But I like these chickens. I got them upside down. I like these chickens. I got this from Hobby Lobby, and I think this goes with the chickens pretty good. I haven't found a chicken wire that I like, but I haven't put it together because I haven't decided. And then I had the same thing with this. I found this beautiful um, fabric, and I thought, well, maybe I can just do flowers to go with it because this is a nice accent fabric. And here's the thing too. I do most of my cozies at 10 inch, but I have a friend who has Japanese bowls, so I did 6 inch, and they came out just perfect for her to nestle her bow cozies in. I have yes, I have extra large bowls for ice cream, so I do an 11-inch square for them. But 95% of the bowl cozies I do a 10-inch because, and I like the rounded corners. You can do them pointed, but I like them because it makes it look like a petal, and it to me it gives you just as much to hold. Yes, Sarah, I have seen Hoffman at Hobby Lobby and Susan Winger. She's a very good designer. She only does premium fabric. You can find her there. In fact, this is a Susan. This is one of hers. Um, I got I got three wishes. I found Henry Glass and three wishes at Hobby Lobby. I do not go over there and shop a lot, but every once in a while I'll need something from them. Um, and the three they do the three sisters and no the brother and sister line is most of their fabric is brother and sister. The chicken fabric I just showed you, this is brother by brother and sister. It's nice. It's nice. It wears well. Yeah, they have Kona. It it wears well. I haven't had a problem with it. In fact, the brother and sister seems like a lot of the premium they have at Joanne. Um, so I'm not sure if brother and sister is an offshoot of maybe Kaufman or somebody like that. Um, I just don't get over there a lot. Some of it I picked up when they were reducing the department size. Um, and Henry Glass makes some incredible um, animal prints. Um, they have they do a lot for like rescue animals and things like that. In fact, I have a couple really cool panels by Henry Glass that I want to do wall hangings out of. I just have to get to it. But yeah, I'm still looking for my two projects. And I got a part here. Here's a partially done chicken. Okay. So now I will put elastic in the bottom of this. It's all ready. And I will sew the legs on, which are here somewhere. I will sew the legs on, and then you hang it like this to hold your grocery bags. And it's not chicken colors, but I do have its legs here somewhere. Oh, they're there. See, you put the legs on, and then you just put piece of ribbon or twine around it, and you hang it up, and you put the grocery bags in the chicken's butt. And to me, it's a lot more fun than the tube. And this one's all done. This one has the wings and everything. It's all done except for the pulling the elastic through um, and then sewing the legs on. The legs will sew on right above the seam here once I get the elastic in. And I made a blue one. I got all the parts for a blue one. They're just not done yet. Yeah, I saw one of those a couple years ago, and I thought I really liked that because it's different than just the tube. And I couldn't find a pattern for under $20, and I found this German website from this quilter, and I translated it, and it had pictures, so I pretty much was able to figure out how to do it, and for free. And but you can use any fabric, but it's just a lot of fun. And for some reason, the first one I did in the bubbles. Well, I've lived in North Carolina for 31 years. I was born in Landstuhl, Germany, on an Air Force base. When I was almost 12 months old, my daddy went home to visit on leave to visit his mom to get his next station. And then my grandmama, his mother, found out that I had a problem with my leg, and he got a compassionate transfer to Silver Springs, Maryland, so I could go to Walter Reed. And then when I was 6, he settled in Southern Maryland, in a little teeny town called Leonardtown, right near St. Mary City, which is the founding place of Maryland. And when I was 18, I got the wanderlust, and I've lived in 11 states before I found home. All right, Sarah, about time for you to get your shower. You have a great day, too. So I've lived all over. I've traveled before I lost my leg. Let's see, it's 23 years ago. I did quite a bit of travel. I do a little now, but not as much. I've become, like Miss Rita was talking about, a lot more of a homebody. So, but when I came to visit my friend here in North Carolina 30, 31 years ago, and it was for a month, and she said stay another month, and all but a little short period seeing my pops and going to Germany for 4.5 months to do some schooling in '97. I've been here. Um, I found a family, and I found a home, and um, my blood family doesn't understand, and I finally told them a couple of years ago that unless God writes in the sky for me to leave, I ain't going nowhere. You're going to put me in a little hefty bag and burying me in the backyard, because North Carolina's God's country, and you're not moving me. There's some pretty places in the country. I've been everywhere from California over. I'm missing seeing Washington State and Alaska, and I've heard both are really pretty. So that's kind of, I'm a mutt, is what I am. But thank you, Dee. I do a lot of different things just to try them. I make um, keychains out of this is cork. This is my favorite cork because it's all different colors, and I cut it into strips, 2.5-inch strips, and make nice little keychains out of it. And been working on my quilting. And hi, Sherry, nice for you to join us. Miss Rita's filling orders, so she she's listening. She's listening in the background, but
I'm listening, but I'm fixing to unroll some tape.
well, Diane will have you mute it because then she can't hear over the tape.
I've got it ready to tape the label on it. So that's where I'm at.
But she's filling orders, and she figured out the only way to get the orders off the computer was to turn off the video for a few minutes. So
Well, I mean, I could leave the video on, but then you'd see me running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
oh,
So,
well, that's always fun.
but I have to go to another tab. That's what you call them things up at the
Yes,
top, tabs.
yes.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I have to go to another tab to get what am I doing.
This is Henry Glass. I got this at Hobby Lobby, and I have another piece that has the whole alphabet, and I thought it was nice. And Henry Glass, you usually only find in a quilt shop, and for the for when it's on sale, it was $5 for a yard. So, and like I said, I have one that goes all the way to Z, and each half of the width is one set of the alphabet with the animal. Um, so I have bigger pieces. Oh, she's taping the that yes. I understand that House 57 very well. Um, um, my daddy was from Sapulpa, Oklahoma, which is near Tulsa, and he was as southern could be. And no offense, but he was raised primarily by a mammy who was repaying my grandfather for saving her life. My grandfather was a lawyer, and she loved him, called him son. But my mama was as northern as a person could get. She was from upstate New York, outside of Buffalo, in the capital, and I'm not sure um, sometimes how they stayed kept it going because they were so different. And for some reason, I got my dad. I was only one of five that got my dad's personality and my dad's southern love. Um, so the others were the others are a toxic mess. If you want to ask me, because of my mother, but um, so like when I lived in Cali, I never lost my love for the South, and I lived in New Orleans for a year and a half, or across the river in Algiers, and I'd take the boat over where the aquarium was built. I watched the aquarium being built, and so I've lived kind of all over Oregon, Hawaii. I spent time in Hawaii going to school. So, Miss Rita, you back or you taping? Oh, you're still muted. We're lip reading. There you
I was,
are.
I was actually typing a message of a total here. So let me just
Oh, okay, you're
see.
fine.
I'll stop that again.
Mm-hmm. You're fine, Miss Rita. Um, so there we go. I'm back over here, which is good because I had the fan pointed over here, and if I go in the other part of my nook, it's quite warm. So
And
anyway,
let me say something. Hey, I'm all caught up except for yours, D, and I haven't done your second order yet. But everybody else's is done. I'm saving
yeah.
your second one to last. So I'll get yours in just a minute, D. I'm gonna have to go back over where you told me on Facebook what you wanted and fix it up. Hello to Diane. All right, I'll hush now.
Oh, you're fine, Miss Rita. It's. I'm just your court jester. Keep things going. That way you get.
Sherry got her package, and I do so many packages, Sherry. I've already forgot what I sent you. Ain't that awful?
No, I don't.
I can't keep it all in my head what y'all get and what you don't get sometimes.
Well, Miss Rita, you're not just doing the quilt store. You're playing with t-shirts and wind spinner, and you're gardening, and you're feeding your husband, and you're taking care of your
Oh, I know. It's
grandkids. So I wouldn't worry about remembering certain things
oh,
because that
I
it's re-
know it. I can't keep up. So every once in a while, maybe what somebody orders stays in my head, but most of the time it goes when I'm fixing it. It's there and then gone. So
well, but you remember the important things, and if you really need to, they can remind you. But I'm saying your heart's in your quilt shop, and you love it, and everybody can see that, and we're all behind you. But you don't have to remember all the details because that's not what you do all day every day. You have other
you
obligations
know,
and
I,
loves.
I want orders, but I almost don't want it to be so busy that it's really work. I just want it to be busy enough.
Mhm.
Were
Mhm.
you wait? Well, Diane, were you waiting on me to come back? I never really left. I just running around like I said, like a chicken with my head cut off.
Like I said, she's always there listening unless she's gone in the other room.
Well, yeah, but and sometimes all I hear is the sound, and I'm not picking up on what you're saying. But well, is Sandra on? Do we need to get off here so y'all can go listen to Sandra? Is that what some of y'all are doing already?
Well, I know she popped up 10 minutes ago, but
Okay. How much of that pastel yellow? Which one, Dee?
you may have to do the thing again.
Which one?
So this is the yellow shelf. Let's look which one it is.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
Jerry said no. No, she doesn't care. No, she's happy here, I guess. But yeah. Oh my goodness, that's funny.
so I did fix D one package, but now I've got to fix her another one.
We were just talking about those bowl koozies again. And you know what? I figured out there's three main methods. You have the original, you have using a template, and you have using the like gypsy quilter pre-cut batting. And you do what works for you.
Yeah.
And I couldn't afford the templates, and I thought that the pre-cut batting was a mite bit expensive compared to what I could buy in yardage. So I watched about 20 or 25 YouTube videos on bowl koozie making and saw what different makers were, and I tweaked it and Frankensteined it and made it so that I can get 8 or 10 done in a couple hours, about 15 minutes a piece, if I'm not being, just puttering around or doing them piecemeal. Dee said it's on Messenger.
Okay, I'll go look.
But you have to figure out what works for you, and you get tips. Bernice, that validates I'm a good court jester. Yes.
There's some things I need to put on there. He showed me how to add stuff, but I just get behind on adding them. Well, he was gone to Boy Scout camp all last week. They're home now, and he's had vacation Bible school all week. So I'm gonna have to not depend on him so much.
And then he cut his finger.
Well, that was the middle. That was the middle one. All three of I've got 3 grandsons, and the middle one cut his finger and had 7 stitches in it. But he was whittling, and don't ask me how, but he cut his little finger whittling. What was he doing?
He probably just lost control of the stick or the knife and wasn't doing proper safety and just went right up on his finger. And
he's one of them kids that's all the time fidgety though. Just won't be still.
Yeah. So if he took his focus off what he was doing, even 30 seconds or so, he could have gotten his finger right in the wrong spot. And then your own mind, when you do, I lost the finger. I lost part of this fingertip holding a ruler up and trying to use an X-Acto knife, and I had my finger too close and I ran over it. Lost the tip of this finger when I was in 6th grade because the guy doing the drywall and didn't see my hand go like this when I was helping him, and he hit it with a putty knife, took my fingertip right off. It happens, and my fingers are fine.
So everything's not listed, and that's my fault.
Well, you just got some in today too, so.
I did. I'm kind of anxious to get it listed. I think that today was pretty. Diane, was you here when I opened that box? There was some pretty stuff in there. I think we have a great group, Karen. I really do.
I agree.
We all just click pretty good together.
Mm-hmm.
From all over, and we just it's funny how you just connect with people that you don't from a whole different place that you never met, but y'all just kind of enjoy talking and doing the same thing. Oh, you missed that new fabric,
Yeah,
Sherry? Well,
yeah.
I'll go get it listed here in a little bit. I'll get off here and I'll find me a cooler place to sit down with my invoice and find them other invoices and get them put on there.
Diane says, no, I missed it. I'll go back and look at the video.
It went with, what did it go with? What are them they layer cakes called? Can't remember what them they were called.
Well, you
It,
had
it
the
was
yaller with
yeah,
beads on it.
it had bees and it was just real bright and colorful. It's pretty.
And
If
when
you like bright stuff, and I like the bright stuff.
you put the layer cake by the bolt you got, it had gingham and bees and some other things in it. It's towards the beginning because Miss Rita thought that she
Yeah.
filled the orders and then realized she had a package. So we did a package opening and then we figured out
And
how we could do our orders and I could pay you.
my husband was out to weed eating and he brought it up here to me. And he said he was going to go home and cool off and he needed to.
Well, it's really easy to get overheated,
Yeah.
especially when you get older. You really got to be.
But but D, if I go to the house now, that means I won't get that order filled for you. I can't win for losing. I'm so glad y'all are patient with me.
Miss Rita,
And any of you guys that ordered from me, if I ever make a mistake, just tell me and I'll fix it, okay? Because I'll admit that I'm very capable of making mistakes, not on purpose. So
well,
if I do, just tell me and we'll make it right.
I think we all are, and you're good people, and you'll take care of things. I ordered fabric off of Etsy, and she sent me a random piece that was still in the collection, but it was a yard of it that wasn't what I ordered, and I thought, well, I'd like it, and I let her know that she sent me the absolute wrong fabric that was in the collection. I said, but I don't know what you want to do about it, but I do like I hadn't seen the one you did send me. And she says, well, I'm glad that you let me know. It all worked out. And I thought, just because I was okay with what I received, she should have said, I'm really sorry. Here's a 10% discount or something like that. But she
Yeah.
basically was just like, oh, you gave me a door out, so I don't even have to apologize for totally
Uh,
misdoing your order.
but,
And
back before I had the website, I would show that fabric and people would try to tell me what they wanted, and I got one confused, and she told me about it, and I had the shipping and the new fabric was I had to redo it, if you order through that website, then there's not any question. I mean, I'll try to send you what you ordered on it.
well,
But
and that,
if you point to one on the shelf and say that one, no, that one, sometimes I get confused.
Miss Rita, we all make mistakes, and I this lady went to the collection and she pulled the chicken wire instead of the chicken. Now the chicken wire was pretty cool because it's all different colors on black.
Oh
And I
wow!
hadn't seen it before. But because of the way she responded to me, I did not order the fabric I had originally ordered. I didn't reorder it from her. I did my business with someone else
Uh-huh.
because she wasn't willing to just go, oops, I made a mistake. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you that you're fine with that. If you want to order what you originally ordered for me to get correct, I'll take 10% off for your trouble because you saved
Yeah.
me having to do the return. But it was nothing like that. It was like, oh, good, it all worked out. And it's like,
Uh,
no, because I did,
um,
I waited and I didn't get what I needed for my project and what I expected.
yeah.
But I did get something that I liked, so I didn't want to send it back.
Mhm.
So she lost some of my business.
Yeah.
you know, big, and all she had to do was say, "Oops, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. You know, if you want to reorder what you originally ordered, or I'll put what you originally ordered in the mail, and I'll give you 10." Something like that would have been different. She just,
Yeah.
to me, her customer service wasn't. She didn't go out of the way. She kind of was like, "Oh, I dodged a bullet,"
Mm-hmm.
and all she had to do was say, "Oh, you know what? If you want, I can have the other one out in the mail
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
you. You know, I can have the other one out to the mail tomorrow, and you just
You know,
pay."
some of you guys order a lot of fabrics. I've had a lot of you guys come back and order more than once, and that's kind of what I like. I mean, I know you. I'm comfortable with you guys and all that, and I hope you are with me. So I want y'all to be happy.
Sarah's back.
Sarah's back. Well,
Welcome back, Sarah. Well, Miss Rita, you know I'm working on another order, but some of it just depends on, you know, I had some of my funny money go for that heart CT, which was useless, but you know.
yeah.
Um,
Do I do I get do I get YouTube credit for your StreamYard videos? You know, my channel's monetized. I've told you guys that, and I get more money when I just make a video and post it than I do doing a live stream. Live stream don't pay me nothing. It's hardly nothing. But I just enjoy it. I do this because I enjoy visiting with you guys, and I think y'all enjoy visiting too. But
okay.
the live streams don't make much money.
Okay, see, I was supposed to get chicken wire that looked like this, and instead I got chicken feet. And
Okay. Oh,
it's
that's cute. Yeah, that's cute.
it's very cute, but it was supposed to be chicken wire and these colorings on the black, and I thought, oh, that would be good for bowl koozies with chicken.
Yeah.
And
Yes, it would be.
she sent this instead, and Deb looked at this when I opened it because I was expecting the chicken wire and said, I like that, even though it's the wrong fabric. Don't send it back. See if she'll send you the right stuff. So, you know, because I hadn't seen this. I hadn't seen the chicken feet, or I probably would have ordered both. But I ended up, you know, just going,
Yeah.
well, I'll wait and get some of the electric colored,
And
you know.
yeah, and they're talking about that the StreamYard. Would it help if you put more comments? I don't know about that. I'm not an expert on YouTube at all. So I don't know if it and we get a lot of comments in the chat. So I don't know about that.
This is Andover. This is from Andover.
Over.
It's a Kim Schaefer for Andover is what the, but I think it's really cool,
Yeah, it is cool.
but it isn't what I ordered.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
that ain't
it
chicken wire.
yeah. but that sure make the cute bowl cozies. And
Yeah.
I have got to make some bowl cozies. Everybody's made bowl cozies except for me, and I've never made one.
Well, I think you got some of that batting.
I did.
To
I
it.
bought a whole bolt of it. You know, I can cut some of it off, and then I've got them packages that have 8 in it.
Yeah.
I've heard if we would go after the live and put a comment under the video, it helps. Well, Sherry, I don't know. I'm not going to claim to know.
Well, there's people out there that tell you exactly. I know that the likes,
Is
online,
there-
the likes count as something. Even the dislikes, it means
Yeah.
that you watch something. But the likes and the dislikes, and that the comments say something. The watch hours mean something. The commercials bring in some
Yeah.
ads. But I don't know a lot about it because I haven't been brave enough to foray beyond it.
and I'll tell y'all something else over there. You know, this Rita's Roost, it's not a big channel, but I've got 13,000 subscribers. But I'm not going to depend on it to make a living because I don't make no money off of it. I mean, I do make money, but it's not enough to live on. I'll just put it that way. A couple $100 a month is not very much these days.
No, Patty makes she quilts, and she started a garden and doing canning a couple of years ago, and she was recently saying that her YouTube channel, was okay, and it gave, and I mean she's pretty big, but gave
Uh-huh.
her basically kind of to feed her hobby or feed her habit, but
Yeah,
what she
yeah,
wants
that's kind of
to
what mine is. Yeah,
do,
I've used some of the money. I don't even do it now, but I've used some of the money to buy the cameras and sometimes just do stuff like that.
and
So,
it wasn't until she got a sponsorship. She
huh?
into the apprentice program with Missouri Star, the affiliate
Oh,
program,
okay,
and
okay,
so her viewers get a discount just by using her link and
that's
get a
okay.
cut
That's
each month.
that's good.
But if they
Hello,
go to Missouri
hello,
Star,
Cindy. Yeah, hello, Cindy.
hello.
Cindy's in Alaska. She's probably not melting like we are down here.
So I think for the most part, people, most people like you, Rita, if I ever got around to it, because I have some of the gear, I would just do it as a hobby because I'd want to share, like you, things I'm doing, my talents, or, and meet people.
Yeah,
I would never, I think you just have to have too much going. YouTube almost has to become your life to become a
oh,
viable.
oh, I know. I have to, and of course, the only thing I have to show you guys is my life, is what's going on, and I'm a busy farm wife. I really am, with the hobbies that I do have. So that's the only thing I've got to show you, what
Listen,
I'm doing.
I watched one of your shorts and I subscribed, and here I am.
Okay.
And that's why I said shorts help. They may not help necessarily with your count, but they get attention.
Mhm.
And some,
Is that how you found me? Is through my shorts?
yeah,
Okay.
I saw a
And
short.
now you've got connected with a bunch of channels that I was connected
Yeah.
with. So it's one big circle. Yeah.
Yeah, because some of them, like Mona, I was already hanging out with Mona, but a lot of them I wasn't, Sandra
Yeah.
and some of the others. So,
Mhm.
um, but that's why I was saying even some shorts can help you out because it's
Yeah.
not time
Mhm.
necessarily, but
Yeah.
somebody may go, oh, that person's interesting. Let me
Yeah.
go check out their channel, and you may
Yeah.
get likes and watch hours, or you may get someone like me that becomes your court jester, but nobody else.
You're not. You're not. Joanna says she enjoys listening to Joanna. Or
Well, thank
do or
Johanna.
Is that Johanna? Johanna's listening to Joanna. I don't know.
Yeah,
And
her name. It sounds like her Johanna.
hello to Don's Quilting Live.
Johanna Walker. Thank you very much. Um, thank you very much. And it's good to see Don.
Don. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. But yeah, I do. I'm a jack of many trades and a master of few. In fact, when I get my back fixed, I'm going to tear up the hall floor and replace it because it's like this from a hurricane. And so I'm going to have somebody do the heavy lifting of taking the boards out, and then I have to put the new ones in and put new flooring down.
Uh-huh.
Watched YouTube, figured out how to do it, but it saves me from having to get a contractor.
Let's see,
Thank you,
Diane.
Diane.
Yeah, Diane, that's true. I found Rita's roost and then found the others.
Hmm.
Yeah, we love Joanna. She is sweet, and she always comes on to help me when I need her.
Well, that's we're kind of
And and
we're,
I knew I was needed to go do that other stuff, but I just thought I'd see if you guys wanted to chat, and you did. You did. And
we're
now I'm going to have to go back and rewatch and see what I missed.
I don't. I you can probably go back and see me looking for two UFOs, and I haven't figured out what safe place I put them in
Okay.
because I bought a really nice C panel, and I figured out the border I want and the backing so I can make a wall hanging, and I wanted to work on that, and I can't. I moved it, and I have a table runner that I was working on, and I had it over here, but it's not over here. So I have to figure out where I moved it. I did find this one that just needs the free motion in the
Yeah.
bind.
And Don says it's good to see y'all. I've been doing a lot of quilting lately, so I haven't been on. I just love watching this channel. Don, you're gonna have to come up someday and show us what you've done. Not right now, because I'm leaving just any minute now. But so no, don't come up right now. But another time, okay?
Yeah,
I'm trying to get out of here, but me and Joanna's having a long goodbye here. So
we're having a southern goodbye here.
ain't that the truth? So,
But yeah, Don, I would like you to come up
yeah,
sometime in the
yeah.
evening
And
or
then these asking you, these in North Carolina too.
okay, you're north of Raleigh. I'm about 20 minutes from Wilmington on the coast. But I've had a surgery at Chapel Hill and a surgery at Duke in the last 3.5 years. So I know that area more than I should. It's about I know where King is.
You know, you one of these days, you North Carolina girls are going to have to get together out there.
I think we just got to find a central spot. And all of us just because it isn't that far. If we find a central spot, it's maybe 2-3 hours for each of us, and we could get together. And
Yeah, because you got Francis, and there's some others too.
Sarah, I think Sarah Stitches is in North Carolina. So yeah.
Okay, Diane's got to go to. All right, Joanna. People, we're going. We'll see each other around YouTube. Unless the North Carolina girls get together. So. Bye, y'all. Bye. Bye. Thanks, Joanna.
You're very welcome, ma'am. Thank you.